Hello everyone, my name is Omaro Oscar Morales Bravo. In this video, I will demonstrate the step-by-step process I follow with the complete assignment 6.3. Okay, I organize my work into folders. The first folder is fun with function, the second folder is fun with triggers. Okay, the part 1, fun with function. Well, I show you now the first step. First step is um, how do I complete uh, this question, how do I extract the first name from the contact column? Okay. The person is select each part of the customer's full contact name. Okay. The next step number two. Step number two, I begin create the answers about the question is I believe the first name, everything before the first space, and I will test the SQL string function to isolate the first name. Okay. I was simply document my reasoning before write SQL. Okay. Next, the step number three. I create a SQL and ad hoc SQL query. Okay. And execute. I use the char index to uh, use in this query. I execute this query for show you the show data for the tables. Okay. The next step number four. The step number four. Uh, this I research. I use this step for research information about that I can complete this assignment. For example, first the functions left transact SQL and char index. About the char index to cartoon everything before the first space will represent the customer's first name. Okay, this is the document URL that I use for this assignment. Next, the step number 5, I use the header that the teacher show us. Create this function. Okay, I use this function. I execute. Just is complete this function created. Okay. The same for this function is first name, and the same for the last name is last name. Okay. That's the next step number 6. Okay. In step number 6, now I compare the ad hoc query with the user definition function. Okay, I display the board results by site. Okay, the first result and another result. Okay, next, the step 7 is this. Then is the performance to zero result test. Okay, I create common tables expression that compare the ad hoc calculation with the function output. Okay, since no rows, we return the test passes successful. Okay, checked yes. No, the confirmatory function produces the same value. Okay, the step number 8. Okay, I show you this. Show you this and complete all the data without the last names. Okay, and this next question is about the last name. Okay, now this second part, the part 2, fun with triggers. Okay, now this is the first. The question is how to keep track of when a record was last modified. I focus simply for the possible of the question. Y the already precisely is a great focus. Okay, this is the for the first question. Next, the second question. The second question, no, the answer. Okay, this is the answer how to keep track. Okay, the modified this answer is this word for the initial insert. The default constraint will set the value when a new row is inserted, but it will not update when row is modified later. Okay, well, I use this to execute and show you this. Show this data. Okay, Now the next step, in step number 3, I used the research solution. Okay, this documentary that helped me to complete the assignment is when Stack Overflow links. Okay. Uh, to learn, I also prepare my table by adding the required column and insert sample data for testing. Okay. If it doesn't exceed the my table hello world is this about I created about this and I modify the columns that doesn't exist. Insert test data and view result. Okay, view execute is here. Okay, next step number 4. Step number 4, I use a header about the teacher show us and the trigger automatically, and I create a after update trigger. Okay, the trigger automatically update that last modified by column using username. The second version, I also update that modified date column with get data. Okay, this is okay. Execute. Okay, I don't know how. Okay, the next steps. the next step is I test the trigger and this insert sample records. Okay, for example, how to remove if already there, a lot test raw, see the initial state, perform an update, and see the trigger worked after all. Okay, and then I use the finally update the trigger that both piece information about this. Okay, it's okay. I don't know if it doesn't work, but okay. In conclusion, the assignment helped me to understand the important SQL Server concepts. I need to work more about this and learn more about this, but I try to the best about this for the triggers and the functions. Okay, thank you, teacher.